can write down some of your nature thoughts and feelings, and then there'll be a time to share them, but you don't have to. If you don't want to, if you'd rather just eat and hang out, that's fine. It's whatever you want. So last year, let me know if you need the mic. After this party last year, I went over to Little Farm and I wrote like crazy. And I have them here. October 28, 2022, and I wanted to read those to you this year. It is autumn in Pennsylvania, and leaves are very, very dressed up in their finest colors. Leaves painted yellow, like painted yellow fingernails are the leaves. Very fancy trees standing on tiptoes. Then there is a dance. Leaves fly, a fox scurries. I wrote this practically just after I'd been with you and I was all full of joy and happiness. I went and wrote this. And I live in a place where we don't have autumn. So when I read all of these beautiful poems about being here, their jaws drop. There, if you want to see leaves in autumn, you got to get in the car and drive. Oh, yeah, there's one. Again, a poem is coming on. I feel, this is written the same day, right after I was with you. I feel a poem coming on. A rush is rushing. I feel a poem coming on. The artist palette of autumn leaves, yelling at me to receive and take back to the land, to where there isn't any colors. Where trees remain barren, even though the sun shines and breezes twirl. I feel a poem coming on, as though I am going to sneeze, bright, brilliant colors of autumn specialities. A poem has arrived. Welcome in poem. Here, unpack and move in. I want to tell you, I do a program every month for an hour of all my latest poems. And I'd love to have, it's a conference call by telephone, to anyone in the United States that wants to come in, but you have to sign up. So if any of you are interested, please put your name back there and say email list. And I also do a Zoom thing quite often, sometimes an international Zoom, which you're very welcome to come. I think I might have that pad still in my red.
We'll take care of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Black spotted cattle. Black spotted cattle in front of the black wall, made of stones. Cow blends into the walls. Walls blending into cows. Ah, a union in nature to be recorded into poetry. I always carry a pencil and a paper around with me. And, oh, have I ever told you the story about the Bryn Mawr movie theater when I was little, or do you hear it every time we talk, get together?
No, let's hear it.
You want to hear it? Good. When I was little, the Bryn Mawr movie theater on Saturday afternoons, if you got up to recite the poem, they give you a free ticket. So I used to do that, because then I would be able to get a free ticket to the next Saturday, and then I would get my free ticket to the following one. And that did a lot for me. That it really, you know, having that audience every week, and the free ticket was a good incentive. Have zero steam, champing to be used for activity. My energy tank is empty, relying on nature to feed me. I think I'm a bit of a pantheist, because when I get with beautiful nature like this, I just feel like I'm being restored. Oh, I forgot to look at the time, Luke. How much time do I have?
We're good. We're great.
Oh, okay. How much more time?
About 20 minutes.
20? Wow. Okay, I'm in the palm of nature. Beautiful yellow flowers balancing me. Deep cliffs settling me. I'm all puffed up, ready to write. But no poems spin out, except for wanting to express my so full state of blown inspiration. Usually, which is in prelude to creating poetry, and more poetry, and more. Today, the prelude to writing is the focus, worth putting pen to paper and writing for entrance of a myriad of poems, which are not happening, but still I'm enjoying floating on the puffiness of inspiration. Yeah. When I used to teach kids around in the different schools like Haverford or with everything, I'd say, let's wind up our imaginations. And they'd all go like this, and then one little kid went, whoop, my spring broke. And then one kid said, I'm not getting imagination, but I like the winding. Nature's healing me. Oh, I want to thank all of you that respond on Facebook to my poems. It really means a lot, and I just want to express that. Oh, before I forget, I am a big hit on Twitter. I have a Twitter nanny. He's 22 years old, and he puts my Twitter poems in all the time, and I get tons of likes. Yeah. So, if you want to follow me on Twitter, the name is Sally Peppermint. Sally Peppermint. Nature is healing me. The birds parading in front. Waves jumping out of the ocean, unannounced. Surprising nature heals. It's not healing in medical waiting rooms. Steel instruments testing parts of me, not healing. Clouds look like a monster crawling across the sky. I just came back from Mendocino. I went on a writer's retreat up there. And I felt so good. I felt totally healthy. Then I thought, what's making me feel so good? I thought, it's not going to doctors. It's not sitting in doctors' waiting rooms. It's not being poked by doctors. I thought the doctors were supposed to make me feel good. Nope. It's being away from them, up in nature. I'm happiest around trees, redwoods holding me close to many needles, so many needles, like it. Whoops, this one. It hurts a little. Let me start over again. I'm happiest around trees, redwoods holding me close, so many needles like in swaddling clothes. Trees held my poems in their fingers. The willow tree in Idlewild fell over like a ballet dancer dying. Trees, patterns to enjoy. While lying on my back, we buried our pets under the shade of farm trees, and there was that lilac tree that offered me a seat to enjoy lilac smell. Mrs. Shields was over here the other day, and she said, the lilac tree that I loved so much as a child is still alive. I don't think I would go sit in it, though. There was once a path at Idlewild that existed in my heart, but ran through the air, creating a trail of bliss. This path was a magnificent path and had sweet feelings. There were blossoms along its bank. And the soil felt good. What could be a sweeter heaven for my soul when tossed and bruised to be fresh by its coolness? When I was growing up here, and I would write a lot, and I'd go around and say to different people, what word should I say here? And they'd go, and think about, then they'd give me a word. I mean, all kind of Bill Bunning and John Irvin, people that were working here. I'd stop them in the middle of what they were doing. What do you think word I should put here? They were very kind. My niece Allison and I call messages down long tunnels at Old Family Farm. Echoes from our ancestors joining and harmonizing. We sing in modern tunes in unison, and ancestors harmonizing perfectly. There used to be a tunnel under Williamson Road that was fun to go crawl under. That was really is it still there, Luke?
Yep, it's still there.
Oh, I bet it shrank though.
It has, yeah.
Here's one, 1960, called Snow. The farm has been whitewashed with snow, which covers all of its blemishes and gives a uniform finish. There is snow that is powdered, puffed on the faces of the tree. Lilac tree would hold me in its arms in the spring, and I've been soothed by the scent and lovely purple. The farm was sold, house torn apart and changed, but the last lilac tree lived on each year. I go to visit, and the branch is ready to hold me. But alas, I'm an adult now, and a large-size adult, unable to fit into a lilac tree. But on my yearly visits, I praise and connect with its hospitality and comfort. Yeah, coming back here, it's really fun to say hello to old trees. And you know, another thing I've noticed, I wonder if you've noticed this more, but in time, it's getting more hilly around here. Yeah, used to be flat, very flat, you know? And in the last 60 years, it's gotten a little more hilly. Have you noticed that, Martin? No. Well, he's more fit than I am, always has been, what can I say? But you know, I can remember romping around, you know, and rolling down the hill. Now I have to go, can somebody give me an elbow? And then I go, you hill, you got high on me. And this is one I wrote called A Creaky Door. In afternoons, usually around 2, the door would slam shut, and then there would be quiet. Here in San Francisco afternoons, usually around 2, the doors slam from afternoon winds, and I'm taken back to childhood at Cape in the summertime. Luke, I'm sorry, I totally lost track of time. I'm having so much fun. My clock here is just flown away. How much time?
We're doing great. Keep it going.
Oh, okay. You'll have to stop me.
I will. I'll be sure to stop you.
Okay. Cape Cod. We used to go to Cape Cod in the summer, and I wrote, you know, there. And here's some. I have a Dropbox. Every single poem I've ever written is in this Dropbox. There's about 3,500 poems in the Dropbox. And I'm very religious about the Dropbox. I write something and it goes. And I'm going to set up so people can look into the Dropbox, read only, but they can't, no bad person can get in there and mess it up. Just be able to go in and look. But I have a computer, my Twitter nanny, best friend, invented Dropbox. So he knows all the ins and outs of it. And by the way, the guy that invented Dropbox is young. He's young. He's probably in his 20s. Cape Cod is waiting for me to step back into travel roads, not exactly knowing where I was going. It was the going that was important and thrilling. It was the going that was important, not the destination. And you know, I'm having so much fun here. I just like driving around. You know, no destination, just kind of, oh, this looks like a good road to turn down. And it's so much fun because so many things have changed, but so many things haven't changed. And it's fun to hang on to the things that haven't changed. Child of the Cape, O seagull, you were constructed from that where you live. Focused out of gray and white air, your creviced mouth is part of a rock. Your feet nearly cold twigs from one of last minute's branches. When you sit, you'll remember a block of driftwood, reflecting the waves you do in sight and motion. You are entitled then to fly past the sun to read the message printed there. And when you die, you'll glide with the mist, thus melting into the cape from whence you came. I'm in a meadow of time and quiet. This was 11/12/2013. I'm in a meadow of time and quiet. Here poem ideas can be planted and grown. Ideas do not get snuffled out by scurry of speed or activity. In this meadow they can stretch and walk, maybe wobbly at first. I'm in a meadow of time and quiet. 12 years old here at the farm, and we had a trailer over there off of Williamson Road, an old-fashioned trailer, like a camper, and it was on a June day, and I spent the night in the camper and wrote this poem. Each evening at dusk, baby stars dressed in swishy yellow skirts waltzed to a secret jubilee, while their parents glittered with pleasureful pride. Rays sent from the moon conduct the evening breezes and lively insects in harmony. Before dawn they will return, for they are tired little dancers. Here's another one I wrote when I was 12. A soft breeze echoes the days to dream, the days to get softened. Oh, what a long thought it takes to think of winter. Of all those hours of cold ahead, all the summer, but time is pulling it away. Those raindrops are turning to ice. The moon. This rain is a treat. You know, I never get to see rain. This is very exotic for me. I don't even have an umbrella. We just never know about it. So this is beautiful to hear this symphony of rain. The moon. I was 15 when I wrote this. I went to a boarding school in Connecticut, and they wanted us to work in study hall. So I would put my books around on the desk, and I'd sit there writing away. And then I kept my shoes, my poems in a shoebox in the closet. Some of my friends from boarding school said, "Are your poems still in a shoebox?" I said, "No, now they're a Dropbox." They go, "What's that?" And I said, "Modern day shoebox." The moon is 15. The moon weaves a spider's web from grass to grass. The moon lavishes velvet over the valley. The moon on the ocean rolls like oil of water. One can say a word and it is gone, but a word on this can cling and haunt the area like the moon. Let's see, I think I'm going to get more. These are kind of a collection of my nature poems, and I want to bring a little bit more. A full moon. Did you see it the other night? Did any of you see the big full moon out there? Wasn't it beautiful? And there was no fog over it. It was just beautiful. The full moon, a fire crackling in a fireplace. As the evening goes on, the logs fall. I'm comforted by sitting in front of the fireplace in the sky. I like to go on writing retreats, and on a writing retreat, I take lots and lots of pads of paper. And I don't take any clocks. I don't take my calendar. I don't take my phone. I'm just there, you know, with nature. And it's just wonderful not to be hemmed in by appointments or any of that, you know. And I write it. I just got back from Mendocino. I wrote 70 poems in 5 days. Yeah. Canadian geese. Canadian geese in military form fly across the horizon. Their straight black lines remind me of a Navajo's weaving shuttle going from side to side, leaving a dark pattern on the loom of the sky. Let's talk a little bit about what you all might do. You know, I would like so much, if you could go back, scroll back in your memory, and pick a site when you was very moved by something in nature. It might have been a big storm, you were out in a sailboat in the middle of nowhere, you got caught by a storm, and just be with that experience and tell the paper about it as if the paper was your best friend. Or I guess if you want to do it on one of your devices, that's fine too. But just take a moment to explore some of those moments, those aha moments you might have had with nature any time of your life. It could have been when you were little, could have been yesterday, or maybe something you think might be nice to do with nature. Luke, I'm just going to have to ask you again about how I'm doing with time.
I think if you got a few more you'd like to read, and then we can go on to the next session.
Okay. The full moon, a fire crackling in a fireplace as the evening goes on. The logs fall. I'm comforted by sitting in front of the fireplace in the sky. Beautiful round face, full moon, hiding behind shade of cloud, so that all that peeks out is a sliver of gold. How I wish you could raise your shade that hides you. You know, I could read all night, but I'm kind of interested in get people going in their own little writings. And then we can come back, you can take a partner and do it, or if you don't want to do it, it's perfectly okay. You can eat, you can do whatever you want to do.
That sounds really nice. The other day, Sally shared with me that when she was a little younger, living on the farm here, she would often befriend the farmer. She knew the farmer pretty well. And when everyone drove into there, they took Amy's Lane to come up here, but you know, only about 70 years ago, that used to be a large farm field. The farm at one day was 160 acres, and I'm sure so much of your nature-inspired poems came from just being outside and really experiencing that. So I think that's really nice for everyone to kind of think of those nature ideas. And maybe we'll take a break here, and people can grab some pen and paper in the back, and we'll have Dave play.
Have it in there. Can they go in there and write?
Yeah, they can feel free to go and explore right in here, or step outside if the rain dies down a little bit, and enjoy the views of nature.
How long is it?
We're going to maybe about 30, 40 minutes, and feel free to grab some food and drink and socialize, and then we'll meet back after Dave's finished up playing.